Hey, what's happening, NFC South fans, Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans? It's your boy James Canada, aka Big Game James of Games Pewter Perspective. Hey, before we get started, please make sure you like, subscribe, and smash that bell. Now, the other day, I had a chance to have a conversation with my boys on the NFC South Roundtable. That's Big Low Country, the Atlanta Falcons representative, Big Q of the Sports Coma for the Saints, and then P&P, Panther Nation podcast with Rashad and Dave. And a lot of banter and talk went back and forth about who had the best team, who had the best uh, players at what positions. So at the end of the day, I wanted to break down the NFC South quarterbacks. Now, the NFC South is a division that does not get a lot of respect. And, I'm not a fool. I understand why that people rag on the NFC South the way that they do. The quarterback room is one of the rooms that is easy to talk about. You look at these pictures I have right here. You got Michael Penix, Bryce Young, that's Spencer Rattler, uh, the rookie that they drafted out of Louisville, Tyler Stroff, or whatever his name is, and then Baker Mayfield. So we're gonna get into who these guys are, how Big Game ranks them, and then I'm gonna ask y'all at the end to let me know what you think. Drop those comments down below and let me know who you think that the best quarterback is in the NFC South. But I think y'all know what I'm gonna say to get things started. We are going to jump into this thing with none other than my man, QB1 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that is Baker Mayfield. Now, Baker Mayfield has had a career resurgence in Tampa in 2023 and 2024 playoff wins. He re-signed as the face of the franchise after they won against Philly, then lost to Detroit that year. But the Buccaneers last year went into the playoffs, lost to the Commanders, but Baker Mayfield has reestablished himself as a starting quarterback. He's doing great things in Tampa. You just look at what he did last regular season: 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions with a 61.6 QBR rating. Then I love it. You got to know Baker Mayfield, his chemistry with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin is elite. His strength is that he's a veteran, his leadership. He's a gritty playmaker. Baker plays with a chip on his shoulder, and I think it's because of how he's been treated everywhere else in the league, and he has a lot of doubters and naysayers. The key question that a lot of people have is, can he maintain top 10 QB form, or will he regress under higher expectations? That was the great thing about Baker Mayfield. He came in, not a lot of people thought that he was going to be able to have success. Now, he did something that I think that's very, very, very hard to do. He followed Tom Brady. Tom Brady came into Tampa in his time there, got the Buccaneers a Super Bowl. Tom Brady is who most people consider the GOAT. Baker Mayfield comes in, not a lot of high expectations. He had gotten traded from the Browns to Carolina. Carolina let him go. He ended up with the Rams, played in a couple games on LA, was able to leave LA, come to Tampa, and boom, put himself back in the QB talks amongst the quarterbacks in the NFL. And to me, Baker Mayfield is straight up QB1 in the NFC South, not just the Buccaneers. So we all know this. Baker has weapons. Jason Light went out and got Baker Mayfield even more weapons with Emeka Ibuka and then Taz Johnson in the 7th round to put some more weapons around him. Bucky Irvin in the backfield, Rashad White in the backfield. Offensive line has gotten better. The question is going to be is how is he going to perform? I believe Baker Mayfield performs well. And y'all know Baker is my QB1 of the Buccaneers. And to me, he is the best quarterback in the NFC South. Next up, I'm going to bring y'all a man that is very small in stature, but plays big at times. And after being benched last year, he came back to show that the Panthers probably did make the right choice. And that is Bryce Young. I tip my hat to Bryce Young. To be thrown into the situation that he's in Carolina. Carolina was a dumpster fire. And they went and got Canales from Tampa a couple of years ago. I think that he has things going in the right direction. But if you look at it, he had a tough rookie year. but he showed flashes late in that season. And they upgraded the offensive line in Carolina. They got him some wide receiver weapons for a second year. His strength, he has IQ, a quick release, and he is mobile. The key question when it comes to Bryce Young is, can he make that leap from a project to a franchise quarterback? I've seen people on both sides of the fence for Bryce Young. Yes, he can do it. No, he can't. He's way too small. He will never get it done. Let's see. They added Tate McMillan from Arizona to go along with Leggett, the country boy that they have that I think is going to be a great prospect also. So Bryce Young, I believe he's had some pieces around him. They're trying to upgrade the offensive line as well. Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers will not be the worst team in the NFC South this year. Next, we got to head on down to the 404 and talk about the man that's manning the offense for those Dirty Birds. And that's Michael Penix. Now, I like Michael Penix's story in college. You know, to come in a situation, I thought the Falcons were nuts. They just paid Kirk Cousins, right? And then here it is, you go get Penix, I think, what, the 8th pick in last year's NFL draft. It's like, hold on, you have a quarterback you just gave a guaranteed like $80-some million to. You go draft the quarterback. Penix was thrown in as a starter late. He took over for Kirk Cousins at the end of the season when Kirk Cousins got benched. He has impressive arm talent, his deep ball accuracy, and he's fearless in big moments. He showed that at the University of Washington. There was no moment that was ever really too big for Michael Penix. And I think carrying that maturity that he had because of the amount of years he played in college into the NFL helped him out. His strength is his poise, his leadership, his explosive downfield passing. Key question is, can he stay healthy and consistent over a full NFL season? Now, he only played in a few games, and he didn't look bad in the games he played in. But Penix has a history of being banged up and hurt in his career. Can he survive a long NFL season? Now, this next group to talk about is just bananas. I mean, you just kind of throw it up here. All of a sudden, Derek Carr announced that he is retiring. He was already hurt. We knew he was going to miss most of the year. The Saints went out and got a quarterback in the second round. But, you know, when you look at it, who will be quarterback one, week one for the New Orleans Saints? Tyler Shaw, Jake Hayner, or Spencer Rattler? I mean, you look at this. Hayner's got some bad rap. A lot of people thought that the Saints would take Shador with that pick in the draft. They didn't. They went defensive line. They got Tyler Shaw in the second round. And when it comes down to it, Spencer Rattler has the most talented arm, I believe, but needs to prove maturity and consistency. Jake Hayner, he's smart. He had a little bit of accuracy. He has familiar he's familiar with the system, and he's a safe option. But Tyler Shaw, a developmental rookie, he has a big arm and he's athletic, but he's going to be raw. I think the likely scenario, Hayner starts week one, but Rattler is waiting to take over if a spark is needed, and Saints are truly in quarterback limbo. Crazy, right? I don't know, man. I say that and I look at it and I say that, when you think about the situation there, because of what's going on in New Orleans, I believe that they're in a tough situation no matter what it is. The fans are going to be impatient no matter what you do unless you have success doing it early. I think New Orleans still has deficits in other places as well that they had to address. They tried to address some of it throughout the draft. But you look at that quarterback room, it's going to be tough. Realistically, if I had to rank these guys 1 through 4, I know I showed you order, but if I got to rank these guys 1 through 4 for who I think is the best down to the worst. Number 1, Baker Mayfield. He's a proven leader. He's playoff tested. Number 2, Michael Penix of the Atlanta Falcons. He's an exciting young starter, and he has star potential. Number 3, I got to give it to Bryce Young of the Panthers. He has a high ceiling, but he is still developing. I believe having a consistent coach and offensive coordinator around him is going to help him reach that potential. He has that now. 4th, the Saints. It's uncertainty. There's no true starter yet. We don't know what the Saints have at the quarterback position and what they're going to be able to do. So at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, man, the NFC South is no longer a weak division. Mayfield's rise, Penix's emergence, and Bryce Young's potential are turning this into a real QB battleground. The Saints, well, they're still searching for their guy. But I do not think that the NFC South will be the worst division in football like it's been considered for so many years here in the past. I believe that the teams have gotten better, the players have gotten better, and every team is only going to go as far as their quarterbacks can take them. Right now, I believe Baker Mayfield is the man that will take the Buccaneers and take control of this division. Now, someone said this to me, big game. There's never been a 5-time winner in the NFC South. But before the Buccaneers did a 4 years straight, there was never a 4-time winner either. Remember that. Hey, man, it's your boy, Big Game James of Games Pewter Perspective. Thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and smash that bell so you know every time that I'm dropping brand new content for Games Pewter Perspective on the BGSE network on YouTube. Check me out also on Spotify. And until next time, God bless. Peace.